play. Hey everybody, Kelvin Sampson, University of Houston, back with you. I had to take a week off, but I saw where Kelvin was a very capable pinch hitter. Appreciate him doing that. But we're back with some Michael Jordan material. This weekend will be the last of the Last Dance movies that we get to see. So we're gonna stay on theme. This is a story by Michael Jordan's mother, Deloris Jordan, about Michael encouraging him to dream big. Okay. Schoolwork always came first, but whenever he could, Michael played, dreamed, and lived basketball. Michael's sitting at his old school chair. That's the way the chairs used to look in schools. Desk. Michael took his basketball everywhere. Every day when he got off the school bus, he would dribble his basketball home. But his love of his basketball made his mother tell him things like, "Michael, tables are for dining, not dribbling." Or, "Michael, you may not play with the basketball in the house." And, "Michael, put your ball down and concentrate on your homework." It didn't matter where Michael was. He was always with his basketball. Every day after school, Michael and his friends would play pickup games in Michael's backyard or at the boys' center downtown. They would see who could get 20 shots first. One afternoon, Michael was way behind, not even up to 10. Michael's best friends, Reggie and David, were near 20 points each. "Michael, you better catch up," David said. "Are you dreaming again?" They were always on Michael about dreaming. Let's see who won this. Remember, Michael didn't have 10, they had 20 already. Michael and his friends often talked about what they wanted to be when they grew up. Reggie wanted to be an astronaut. David wanted to be a pilot, but Michael dreamed of playing basketball, maybe even in the Olympics. David, do you think I'll make the team when we get to high school? "Michael, you love the game. The more you play, the better you'll be," David said. "It's like Coach tells us, you need to work hard and keep practicing." Look at those boys and look at Michael. They're having a conversation and Michael's just daydreaming. And look what's above his head. He's daydreaming about playing in the Olympics one day. Michael was thinking about what David had said when he and the boys went over to his house to take some practice shots before dinner. "Not so fast, boys. There will be no basketball until your homework is done. Every last page," Mrs. Jordan called. "Mom," Michael said. "That's final. Now scoot. David and Reggie, see you later." Ooh, Miss Deloris was cracking the whip on Michael. Said Michael's got to do his homework before he can play ball. Sounds like my mother. Michael knew his mom meant business. Schoolwork was important to her and came first. Basketball was fine, but only after homework was done and done well. Michael dragged himself to his room to work on Miss Gertrude's math homework. Now you can tell Michael came from a great home. His mother told him what to do something and he did it. It tells you a lot about his character. I've never seen anybody great at anything that wasn't a high character person. At school that week, all the talk was about the Olympics. The U.S. basketball team was playing in Germany and everyone was following it. "I want to play basketball, not watch it on TV," Michael told his friends. Michael thought it would be so exciting to play for the U.S. Olympic team. He dreamed of it. That would have been the 1972 Olympic team. I remember watching that too. After the game, Michael walked into the kitchen as his mother was preparing dinner and announced, "I'm going to be an Olympic champion." "Oh, really?" his mother replied with a smile on her face, not looking up from peeling the potatoes. "That's a long way off and you're just 9. You'll need to work hard starting today to make that happen." His mother wondered if Michael had any idea of all the effort it would take to even get to try out for the team. Dreaming is good, but dreaming is for dreamers. It's one thing to want to play in the Olympics, Michael. It's another thing to do something about it, she told her young dreamer. Mom, I am a dreamer, but I'm a winner too. You better get busy then. You'll be old enough to try out before you know it. God, Michael's doing his homework. He's drinking milk. He's doing what his mother says. My goodness, Michael. Coach Herring, can I talk to you? Coach had always given Michael a high five in the hallways, but still it had taken Michael weeks to get up the nerve to speak to him. I really want to play on the U.S. Olympic team. What can I do to get there? To start, you'll need to try out for the middle school team. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's a lot of pressure and will be a lot of work, but nothing like the pressure in the Olympics. Can you handle it? I mean, deep down, can you handle it? And do you really want it? I promise to work my hardest and make it happen, Michael answered. Michael was ready to play for his country in the Olympics and would do whatever he needed to do to get there. Well, son, with hard work, anything's possible. Make sure you keep that promise to yourself. That's Michael talking to his middle school coach. Michael must have been about 11 or 12 years old then. The next day, Michael's big brother Larry was off to Laney High School for a scrimmage. I can't promise you any playing time, but why don't you come and sit on the bench and watch? Maybe you'll pick up some pointers and learn some new plays, his brother said. Laney High School is where Michael played high school basketball, Wilmington, North Carolina. It's about 75 miles north of where Coach Sampson grew up in North Carolina. Michael noticed that he was now up to Larry's shoulder. He had grown, and so had his dream. It was time to do something about it. Larry's team was leading by 6 points when Michael was called in. Michael was so young, and he didn't get to start the games with the older guys, so he always had to sit on the sidelines. But you notice Michael always came in and won the game, didn't he? Larry passed the ball to Michael, who passed it right back. Michael began to imagine himself on the Olympic team. He could see it and feel it. The ball was passed to Michael. Michael had a mean long shot, and he shot right over the head of the tallest boy on the other team, and he sank it. Wow. Michael was winning games when he was just a little boy. I guess he was getting ready for when he became a pro. Mom, the final score was 14-10, and 3 points were mine. I guess you aren't just a dreamer, but a doer, Michael. Well, Michael loved to tell his mom how good he did. That was important. He wanted to make his mom feel good. And Michael never gave up after that game, not for a day. Even when he was cut in the tryouts for his high school team, he just practiced harder and harder. Michael's big dream grew just like he did. In the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles, Michael Jordan became an Olympian for the U.S. basketball team and won his first gold medal. Somehow he knew when he was only 9 that this is what would be. It all started during the pickup games on the blacktop with his friends. Michael never gave up. A giant step? No. A series of small steps, day after day after day, yes. Michael's big dream came true. So dream big, work hard, and your dream might come true too. By Deloris Jordan. And there's Michael playing in the Olympics. In 1984, he wore number 9. He was the best player on the United States team that won the gold medal. And there's that team. You see Michael right in the middle with the gold medal around his neck. His dream was to play in the Olympics one day. And that's why the name of this big book is Dream Big. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week. Go Coogs.